Hi, thanks for tuning in. Welcome to my overview of the 6 Cs. This is what we use as our rules to ensure our buy-to-let investments are profitable in our given area, which is the North East. Here's a bit of an overview. It's vitally important we do our due diligence. Know your area, know your good and your bad areas, ensure it meets all your criteria. As indicated, we carry out these checks to ensure our funds or those of our investors are maximising the return on their investment. Imagine, if you will, 6 pillars, the 6 Cs. If one of these is missing or the deal doesn't stack, if that's the case, we would walk away. So here are the 6 Cs. First is capacity. This is the number of bedrooms of your property. Sweet spot has to be 3 and 4 bedrooms. Occasionally, very occasionally, you can get away with a 2-bed. Reason for this, you're looking to get a family in there, but more about this shortly. Flats are not as ideal. Studies have shown that people tend to transit more in these types of properties. The average cost to a landlord in finding new tenants is around about £1,500. They would have to pay the tenant finder's fee. They'd have no income coming in. They might want to do a mini refurb or have to repaint it as the old tenants move out before the new ones come in. So therefore, a landlord changing his tenant every year could cost you about £15,000 over a 10-year period, and that is a lot of lost profit. That is why we want long-term tenants. Families are more likely to stay. One, as the family grows, they enjoy the property, they've got all the schools in the local area, which we'll come on to, and they're probably going to treat the property a lot better. Next, city. This is where we need to purchase with our head, not our heart. We all look on Rightmove and we go, that's a lovely place, we'd live there, but it's not about that. It's about the numbers, okay, and not where you would like to live. Okay, so let's look at a quick example. You could pick up a property, let's say in York or the outskirts of York, for around about 150k, and this would probably give you £900 rental. Whereas if you went further up the northeast coast, our area of investment, you could probably pick up a house for around the 75k mark, and it might give you around the £600 mark. Therefore, instead of having one investment giving you 900, you've now got 2 properties that are giving you 1200. In this example, as I said, it is about the numbers. Next one, number 3, is capital. It's vital that the property you purchase is going to go up in capital growth. Therefore, it's got to meet certain criteria, which I'll come on to here. In the last 85 years, for instance, property on average has risen around 7.8 to 7.9% every year on average. So, buy in a town or a city that's got 80,000 people or more. You need to buy within 5 miles of the city centre, or the town or the city centre. If you're in the bigger cities like Manchester, Birmingham or London, this expands to about 7 miles. You want to buy in the right catchment areas for the secondary schools. Do your research. You want to be near Ofsted good or outstanding schools. The area must have good transport links: bus, tram, train. And finally, you're looking for a great road network. Can you get to town? Is it near the major A roads or motorways? Because some people might want to commute. Next, cash flow. It's fairly self-explanatory, but here's some basic costs to consider. We've got our rental income coming at the top at 600. We've got the mortgage going out. In this instance, it's 300. Maintenance, £80. Now that's maintenance. You're just going to keep it in the background, and it's going to build up to cover any eventualities in the future. Insurance, make sure you're fully insured. You've got your letting agent's fees. And then finally, a monthly cash flow at the end of it. And you're now scratching your head thinking, £128, is it really worth it? However, you must consider the equity and the capital appreciation too. I'll do another video on this in the near future, so please keep a check out for it. But over time, this will stack up. After that, check. As soon as you take control of this property and you've got the keys, you want to have that property rented out as soon as possible. It might be as soon as you got the keys because it's ready to go, or more likely it might need a mini refurb. So what we're going to check? Well, we're going to check the demand in the area. Do your own due diligence, but also speak to local estate and letting agents too. Ideally, you'd want approximately 10 couples or families interested in your property, as you want to be in a position that you have multiple offers on the table so that you can choose the tenant rather than choosing from a list of one. Finally, contingency. We've all heard the common saying or the terminology of rainy day money. It's always advisable to have a small pot to cover any eventualities. So when you first purchase the property, you might want to have the first month or so of rent because you may need to wait for your tenant, the right tenant, to be available, or you may have a refurb taking place. Remember, we also put aside £80 a month each month to help with maintenance or voids. Hopefully you're not going to get any voids if you've got the right tenant, meaning you do not need to put any more money into this deal. So, in summary, and to go over these again: capacity, city, capital, cash flow, check, contingency, the 6 C's. Research, do your due diligence, and remember, you might find a great deal that cash flow is great, but it doesn't meet some of the other criteria of the capital growth. It might be in a small town, less than 80,000. It might be outside the 5-mile radius. If this is the case, do not go ahead with this type of investment. It wouldn't be viable for us nor our investors, and we wouldn't continue. We really hope you found this session useful, so please hit the subscribe button so that when any new content comes out, it's not missed. We really hope you found it useful. Thank you for your time. If we can be of any assistance, or you'd like to find out more about investing with Letwell Accommodation, please drop me a line. Thank you.